Okay, so this is the demonstration of the acceleration compensation code that I've been working on for Acro. Well, I did it for Acro first, and basically what it does is when you give a sharp input, it just gives a little slowdown, and then just to prevent like a really sharp correction, it just takes a little edge off. There's a parameter that you can adjust to make it faster or slower. And then I've also got it working on stabilize now, and I just wanted to demonstrate in stabilize mode, it is active only on the stabilize, in the roll direction and not in the pitch direction. So what you're going to see is that the roll direction will be soft, and the pitch direction is going to be really, really sharp, just as you come to expect ever since we've been using really high stab P numbers after Leonard figured that they should be higher. The copters are, they're more under control, but it's like a really sharp input when you move the sticks. So this really softens it when you put the movement in, and I think it's working pretty well. Yeah, so I'll demonstrate the roll performance. You'll see that it's nice and soft. I've got this set at, I think, 360 degrees per second. And the pitch is going to be really, really sharp. I'm going to try to input the same kind of sharp motions on the stick. I can't really show that because I'm not going to bother setting up two cameras, but trust me, I'm putting sharp inputs on both the pitch, and then I'll do the same on the roll, and you'll see the difference in the way the copter responds. All right? So I don't know if you could make anything out of that, but I've also done this on yaw, so I'll try to do a quick demonstration of what the yaw looks like. So the yaw is nice and soft now, and you don't get that pop from the motors. You don't get the pop from the motors when you enter a yaw command. It's nice and smooth. It's the same thing when it stops. Normally if you're flying in stabilize, if you give a yaw command, you'll get it'll usually rise because some of the motors speed up so quickly. So this prevents that from happening. GP set at 8, which is really high. I've got minus 40%. Yeah, GPS glitch, thanks. I got minus 40% expo in the radio. I haven't put it into the program on the APM yet. I haven't done that yet, but I got minus 40%. That's it. And then you'll see with the with that acceleration compensation, I find it just a little bit easier to fly. So it's just a little more predictable when you enter a little movement. And so I'll give that a shot. And now I'm going to try it with minus 80% expo on the radio, just to see it's a little bit easier to control. And I should point out, I should also point out that the acceleration is active. The acceleration limit is active on both pitch and roll in Acro mode. This is just temporary. I'm just working on the code, so I'll put it into pitch on stabilize later. But this is both axis and yaw as well, so all three in Acro. And my batteries are going low, but as you can see, it's actually fairly, well, quite a bit easier to fly with minus 80%, and that's with RP at 8, which is pretty high, so it'll do a flip really nicely. Hovering in a tight space like this is kind of tricky, but it was doing it, just getting into the hang of it there. But anyway, just a really quick demonstration.